Hi guys, long time no see. It has been a while since I uploaded a weekly vlog, and to be honest, I really miss making them, so it's good to be back. If you are new here, my name's Lydia and I'm a second year medical student in Southampton, and this week I'm bringing you along on the last week of a very long spring term. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you aren't already, and give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoy it. Monday of course kicked off with a lovely 9 AM lecture. We are currently halfway through our endocrinology module, and a lot of the lectures this week are themed around pregnancy. We started off with a 3-hour symposium on preterm labour. So we are halfway through the symposium, but we've just found out we've got a half an hour break, so I think we're gonna get some coffee.
Oh, look at those fingers.
Oh.
Whoa.
Whoa. Okay, we are halfway through the symposium and I've got myself an oat latte and I got an apple because I'm starving. Da, da. It's nothing like the way that you adore me. After a very long morning in the lecture theatre, we headed to the uni cafe for some lunch, and I got this slightly unappealing looking baguette, but it was very cheap, so I can't complain. Once we'd had a lunch break, we got comfy in the library for the afternoon. I spent most of my time making Anki flashcards from the morning's lectures, and then I also did some prep for my anatomy lab. After the library, I squeezed in a very quick gym session. I won't lie, I was very lazy on this day. And then I went to annoy Jack after he'd finished work. Hello.
Hi.
Did you have a good day at work?
No.
No?
No.
Why?
I was at work.
Yeah, good point. So it's Wednesday morning. I've got another 9 AM today. I've got lectures 9 to 11 back to back. So that's going to be a fun morning. I'm heading into campus now. Wednesdays are normally half days at uni, which means that after 1 o'clock today I don't have anything else on, but I do have a few errands to run, so I'll take you with me for that, and then I'm hoping I can go to football this evening. But first things first, got to get to campus for 9 for my 4 lectures. Haven't had a chance to check what they're on, but we'll find out when we get there. It's going to be a surprise. I made it through another morning full of lectures, including one on the pharmacology of sex steroids and then one on clinical problems in early pregnancy. Our 4th lecture of the morning didn't actually turn up, so we got to leave an hour early, which I wasn't too unhappy about. So, we are meant to have a 4th lecture from 12 till 1. By 12:05, the lecturer hadn't showed up, and then people started to leave, and then I checked on Blackboard and they'd uploaded the recording from last year's lecture. I think everyone kind of decided that he probably wasn't showing up. I'm just popping home now because I've had an extra hour added to my day, which is nice. I think I'm gonna go home and then chill for a bit and then head into town. I don't know if you can see me because it's actually so sunny. Oh, there we go. The weather is amazing again. I'm so happy when it's like this. It makes me so feel so alive. Heading home now for a little break, and then I'm gonna head into town because I want to get my nails done because it's Easter at the end of the week, and I feel like I'm gonna treat myself and have nice nails for Easter holidays. Obviously most of the time I'm not really allowed to have fake nails because on placement and stuff we're not really allowed them. And then I think I'm gonna go work in a cafe in town. I also am going on holiday next week, so I need to buy a few bits for that. So I hopped on the bus to town and got myself some nice new nails for the Easter break. This time I went for short and sweet and not too complicated because I can't really be bothered to get the really long nails. Then I went to Waterstones because I liked the vibe in the cafe there, and I got settled and figured out everything I needed to get done. Then I smashed out, obviously, some more Anki cards. Then I got my infamous CGP GCSE textbook out because I actually needed to plan a lesson on the cell cycle for one of my tutoring sessions. And once I'd done that, I actually headed home. Hello, I am back from town now. I did manage to get through all of my Anki and I did my lesson plan for my tutoring lesson tomorrow. I think lesson planning is taking up a little bit more of my time now. I'm tutoring more students. It's just part of the job of being a tutor, I guess, getting the lessons ready. And luckily at least half of my tutees are doing biology at the moment, so a lot of it is quite easy for me to make lessons on. When it's chemistry and physics, it does take me slightly longer to plan the lessons. The weather is actually amazing this week. It's making me so happy. I think I'm gonna treat myself to a bit of Disney Plus before I go to football training later, which I'm so excited about because I have been working Wednesday nights for the last 3 months, so I haven't been to a football training since December. I have played one of the matches, but I've not made it to a Wednesday night training, so very excited to be able to go to that tonight. But it is about 4:30 now, so for a little bit I am just gonna watch some Disney Plus and chill, because some people say to me, Lydia, we never see you chilling out. Well, guess what? I do chill. I love a bit of Disney Plus. Or I think maybe a bit of Hannah Montana, you know? I just love Hannah Montana. Hello, I have just got home from football. It was very fun. I'm so glad I went actually, because the weather was really nice and I haven't played football in a very long time. So that was fun. It is nearly 8 now and Jack isn't home yet. So because I'm gonna have to wait for him to cook dinner, I think I'm gonna do some cleaning. Now I'm gonna show you my messy kitchen, but please don't judge. Remember that 2 people live in this flat, so it's not just my mess, it's not just my responsibility. So yeah, just bear that in mind. So this is the current state of affairs. It's not terrible, it's definitely been worse, but I think I'm just gonna do a little time lapse of me deep cleaning this. I'm gonna be a nice flatmate to Jack and do that. To be fair, the recycling is my job, so Jack takes the bins out and I take the recycling out. And I mean, I don't know why there's a shoe in the recycling, but please don't judge the number of pizza boxes in there. I'm gonna do a little motivational time-lapsey cleaning montage now. Let's go. Actually had a nice slow start to the morning because we had lectures online instead of on campus, which was nice. And this first lecture was on the developmental origins of disease, which I actually did an entire module on for my biology degree at Southampton, so a lot of this was recap for me, but I did find it kind of interesting, so I wasn't too bothered about having to repeat something. I haven't updated you in a few hours, but I've just been editing a YouTube video that's going up this weekend, so I didn't really film that. I've got another online live lecture now. This one is pharmacology and it is drugs in pregnancy, so I'm gonna get this one done and then I need to head up to the hospital. This afternoon I am viewing my exam paper and I get to see any feedback I got on the written paper, I think, which is kind of nerve-wracking, but I think it will be interesting and helpful, hopefully, for the summer exams. And then I have got, I think, my final anatomy lab. I know there's an anatomy lab this afternoon. I'm not sure if we have any more after Easter. Also, very exciting, I've just had an email and I can finally sign up for my graduation this summer. If you didn't know, before I did medicine, I actually did a PGCE. So I I graduated from Southampton the first time with my biology degree in 2018, and then I did my PGCE in 2020, so it was like the COVID year, and we didn't get a graduation for that. So I finally get to have my graduation this summer for my PGCE. I'm very excited to be reunited with all my teacher friends. But the way Southampton are doing it this year, it's so funny. They're doing a super graduation where they graduate the class of 2020, 2021 and 2022 over 3 days, and instead of hosting it on campus, they're hosting it at St Mary's Stadium, so the football ground in Southampton. I think it's going to be really fun, probably going to be very chaotic, but I quite like the idea of being at the stadium and like having the football pitch and stuff. It's quite a nice venue really, so I'm excited. I'm also excited to wear a cap and gown again, but later on today I am gonna register. I'm assuming I'm gonna be on the 20th of July because I feel like that will be quite cool if class of 2020 graduated on the 20th of July. So my best friend Lucy graduated in 2020 with her psychology degree, so I think we're gonna have a graduation together, which is really exciting. And I actually ran out of time before finishing this pharmacology lecture because I didn't want to miss the bus to the hospital. I've made it to the hospital and found a hungover Jemima. You ready to see your exam paper?
Yes.
Yes?
Yeah, why not?
Honestly,
I just want to get it over and done with.
I'm just worried there's going to be some really savage comments, especially from Tony Sam. He's going to be like, "What, you idiot? Why would you write that?"
He just puts a sad face.
Sad face.
Like, this is the point you've got.
Disappointing. I actually had some time after viewing the papers before my anatomy lab, so I decided to go to the library in the hospital just to finish off that pharmacology lecture that I didn't get done earlier before heading to the lab for 4. I'm home from the hospital. I had to leave the anatomy lab early because I completely forgot about my tutoring session, which I booked in this afternoon. So I was really anxious about getting the bus after the lab and missing the start of the session, so I had to get the earlier bus. So I did sneak out of the lab a little bit early, but that was the last anatomy lab. That is it. We have learned all of anatomy over the last 2 years. That's it. We finished. I can't believe it. I felt a bit emotional leaving the lab. We will have a revision lab, I would imagine, in revision week, so it won't be the last time I go there, but that is it. That's all the anatomy content for first and second year done. Today was on the peritoneum. We were looking at the testes, we were looking at the abdominal muscles. Before that, we had that session where we looked at our exam papers, which wasn't as helpful as I would have hoped. They gave us our papers back. Well, they only gave us our written papers back because they gave us our multiple choice paper back, but they didn't give us the questions, so I was just looking at a page of A, B and C scribbled on. Like, I didn't mean anything to me because I couldn't remember the questions. But we had the written paper, which was good because some people had marked it and written feedback underneath and like, oh, this is, you know, where you would have got the extra mark. But we weren't allowed to see the mark scheme. So I was kind of just sat there with my paper. I could see where I'd lost marks, but it would have been nice to have the mark scheme. But our medical school like to gatekeep the mark schemes for some reason. Apparently it's to stop people spreading past papers around, but I don't see why we shouldn't be allowed to just have the mark scheme in front of us for that hour where we were allowed to look at our papers. Just a thought. Now I have about 10 minutes until my tutoring session, so I am going to have a quick snack and then get started on the session. I do all of my tutoring at the moment on Zoom, so I'm just going to log on to Zoom and hope that my tutee has remembered, which normally they're very good at. After that, I'm going to get some video editing in, and then Jack is cooking me a ragu tonight. Isn't that right, darling? Then this evening I'm going for cocktails because tomorrow is the last day of term and the girls on graduate entry medicine want to do a little hangout tonight, so we're going to go for some cocktails. Boop. I think the ragu is nearly ready, but Jack doesn't really want me to go in the kitchen, so I'm going to have to be very quiet. How's it coming along?
Get out! Piss off!
Jack has prepared a classic Italian ragu, topped with, wait, what's on top? Parsley. Oh, it looks delicious. That evening, I went out for drinks with some of the gals to celebrate making it to the end of a very long term.
Nothing like your smile in the morning, following the linings on your cheeks.
Cheers!
Cause baby, in your absence, life is boring, so I'll never leave.
Out there who are in STEM. Yes.
Women in STEM.
I think that we can't achieve the same thing that men do. Stuart, Eagle, cheers to this.
Friday morning started off with a trip to the hospital because I needed to meet my supervisor to chat about my third year project. It ended up being a pretty quick meeting, but it did help me figure out my to-do list ready for starting it in September. Good morning, guys. It is the last day of term. I'm so happy. It has been a long term, but we are finally at Easter. I've just got to get through today. I didn't catch up with you this morning because I had to rush to the hospital to meet my project supervisor. My project is on palliative care, and we're going to be looking at ICU staff members' attitudes to what palliative care is, what the palliative care team do, and it's going to be like basically a service evaluation of palliative care, and I need to put a survey together ready for September. But before I can do any of that, I need to get like safety approval basically. So I was just with my supervisor today making sure we'd got all of that set up and ready to go. It wasn't a very long meeting, it was only like 15-minute chat, but it's just good to touch base and make sure I know what I'm supposed to be doing next, especially now we've got 4 weeks off for Easter. I just wanted to get it all sorted before I went away. So now I'm home. This afternoon I've got a couple of lectures on campus and I'm going to work at 4. My manager asked me to come in early because the weather's been so nice, so we're gonna have a lot of drinkers outside. So I said, yeah, fine, I'll work. So I'm doing 4 till 9 today, which is quite nice because normally I work to a close on a Friday night. Because I'm working later, I need to make sure I get everything done now and then go to my lectures. But I am first having some lunch. I've made my classic avocado, scrambled egg and veggie sausages. These of course are the Richmond veggie sausages. Wouldn't have any other veggie sausage, to be honest. It has my heart. I popped down to campus for my final prep and final lecture of the week, which to be honest had a very low turnout. I think a lot of people had already gone home for Easter, which is fair enough because I think this lecture was like 1, 2 in the afternoon on a Friday. I did still have a bit of energy left in me, so after the lecture I smashed out a few Anki decks before catching the bus to work for a Friday night shift at the pub, but not before making a pit stop at M&S to grab my mum's Mother's Day presents. Andrew? Yeah? You give me away? Huh? You give me away? We've got Chinese takeaway and we're watching The Apprentice final. I ate way too many chips at work, so I've just gone for some satay chicken and some crispy seaweed.
You must make haste! Did you think she heard me?
Good morning guys, happy Saturday. So I am actually off to see my best friend Charlotte today. We are meeting up in Oxford because she lives in Birmingham and obviously I'm in Southampton. It's quite a long way for either of us to travel, so most of the time we meet halfway, and today we're meeting in Oxford, which is roughly halfway. So I'm catching the train in a little bit to go and see her. I'm really excited. I've not seen her since like Christmas, I don't think. And the weather is amazing today, although I am dressed in all black. But I'm just not ready to let go of my winter wardrobe yet, I don't think. Are you ready? Yeah. Jack's coming with me on the train as well.
Good afternoon.
watch the time float on. Cool air blows a memento as I fall behind.
After a lovely stroll around Oxford, having a look at all the sights and catching up after a long time apart, we went to get some lunch at Mowgli's. And you know, we definitely didn't pick this place because it had swinging chairs. Okay, maybe we did.
I'm so sorry for dreaming about the future. Maybe I'll be better when we're old enough.
Just finished lunch. How did you find it?
Lovely.
You did
Delicious.
like it. So we had like a little bit of tapas type thing. We shared like a curry and some other bit. The only thing I was upset about was there was coriander on one of our starters.
I'm so sorry about the coriander.
And Charlotte knew there was going to be coriander.
I didn't know you didn't like coriander.
To be fair, I didn't think you liked coriander. So
There's a miscommunication.
there was.
Lydia.
We lived together for 3 years, and I never knew.
We never used herbs back
We
then.
didn't use coriander in our uni kitchen. You might be surprised to hear. Anyway, I managed to remove the coriander and we were fine. And now it's later in the afternoon, so we're gonna go for a little wander and maybe get some dessert, I think. Let's go. Because we haven't had enough treats today, we've decided to get a milkshake. I've got Biscoff and Charlotte got Ferrero Rocher. I'm not gonna lie, I'm very excited to have this. Although I did have to double cup it because it was dripping everywhere.
Hey, I'm sorry for dreaming about the future. You and I'll be better when we're old enough.
I hope you guys enjoyed this week's vlog. Please don't forget to subscribe, and if you did enjoy the video, give it a like. I'll see you guys very soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!